All right, folks, we're going to talk about how one agency helped grow Weed Token to a cannabis cryptocurrency to over 100,000 tokens in about 90 days. We're going to go through all the obstacles that they had to overcome in the cryptocurrency space, the funnel that they created. It's going to show us the funnel that they created. It's going to show us their brand strategy for their agency that they created for the parent company, as well as how they use promotions to launch this. And Matias, thank you so much for being on the Garlic Marketing Show.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll get right to it. But of course, this is brought to you by videocasestory.com. One of the best ways to build your brand, to figure out your messaging, is through your customer stories. Your customer stories can help build your sales, your marketing, and your operations. Go to videocasestory.com to learn how to collect, craft, and deliver them. It's kind of the easy button. All right, let's get to it. Tell me a little bit about your agency, and then let's go into how you built Weed Token to 100,000 in tokens launched.
Sure. I'm the CEO of DiHunch. This is currently a digital marketing agency based on brand building. We're focusing right now in tech industry. We believe that technology is the future. So every effort that we are doing right now is going into technology. So one of the biggest projects that we have so far is Weed Token, which is a cryptocurrency based on a marketplace, which it's gonna be able of letting you buy cannabis, medicinal cannabis, of course, through digital payments, avoiding CADs, avoiding problems, jump right into digital, so that it will benefit the people in the future. That's one of the things that we do like as well, being able to impact in a positive way into people through technology. So that's one of the biggest projects that we have so far.
Awesome. So Weed Token, it's a cryptocurrency for medicinal marijuana, correct?
Right.
Nice. And there's a lot of problems with A, cryptocurrency, B, cannabis online and marketing it. So putting those together, I bet you had some hurdles there.
It's huge because every platform will not take money to impulse or promote your cryptocurrency or cannabis as well, either of those topics. So the biggest challenge here was how we're gonna get to people, how people is gonna know us, because most of the time people think like, no, if we just launch this is awesome, people is gonna jump onto us and people is gonna get crazy, and that never happens unless you have the right strategy. So we wanted two things. We wanted the quality people, and we wanted healthy through the time, not like in 1 week. We didn't want it to complete the goal in 1 week. We wanted a month, we want a year, we want 2 years, we want 10 years. And the first goal was to getting the pre-sale of the coin in 3 months over $100,000 without influencers or anything like that. Just social media, just branding, just brand concept, and a little bit of promotion, but through organic ways, blog notes, post, and contest, giveaways, things like that.
Gotcha. So tell me about how you started it. What was the first, how did you start to create the plan?
We started, let me share my screen real quick. We start with this. We call it like a brand strategy. Whatever we want to call it, we call it that way. What it is mainly is a way that we know each point that we need between the funnel of the brand, from when the people hear from you in the beginning, the first time, and how does they become your client, and how do we use them lately to get business again from them. For example, if they're gonna become like Weed Tokers through cryptocurrency, how are we not gonna get them to the marketplace later to be customers of the marketplace? So this is where we start. Strategic map, strategic funnel. And this is the first step that we do with all of our clients. Every map is different, and this is one that we use with this brand.
Nice. That's pretty massive. And so you created this, and then how did you start to implement that? Because that's a large plan. Where did you start?
We start at the beginning for the brand concept that doesn't go to the public. It takes almost a month. Later of that, we jump into setup. That takes almost a month. Okay. That's a month that it will take us to set up the platform, social medias, at least 3 tools like ActiveCampaign, which is one of the emails platforms that we use. Some other tools that can allow us to manage the social networks, and some tools that we can measure the traffic and the results of the service. That's one of the key of the service is track your results, even if those are branding. Most of the people doesn't think that you can track branding, but you can't actually. And we're implementing right now big data and machine learning to track branding. That's one of the latest develop that we're doing, but for now we haven't launched it yet. But that's how we do it, basically.
Gotcha. So when you talk about developing a brand concept, how did you go about that?
It takes a month. We go through a workshop periods, like a psychological workshop. We want to take like the passion of the owner. We want to understand how the owner see his business, what's his vision, and after that we can like paint that into a brand concept. Okay, so I'm gonna share you one of the latest that we have so far. We couldn't find the way token right now, so I'm gonna just here it is. It's gonna be just really quick. It's really long. It takes like 70 slides at least. Well, this is the company that built with token. Okay, this is a cluster friend. They are in charge of all the utilizing projects. What we do here is we look like printing the brand in 10 points. What's the story? What's the dream? What's target? What do we base the history? We do a lot of data, as I told you, a lot of numbers to do our research and the brand concept. So we start with numbers, we start with research. Later we jump in what the brand does. Of course, everything it's done by the eyes of the client. So everything that we bring in here is with data and the specific steps. We're not like just dreaming things and inventing things here, okay? So we developed this concept for them. There's a brand, that's the concept that they have, which is galaxies. And one of the galaxies is with token, you know, the constellations and things like that. You know, this is really a lot of work, but this is the first step that we do with them. The second step, actually, after the setup and the workshop that it's included, of course, in this process.
Love it. Wow, this is really cool. And if you're listening to this, make sure to check out the YouTube video. You can see everything that they did. And I noticed there too, that you had both slides in Spanish and slides in English. You know, and obviously, you know, you're in Miami, you probably work with some Spanish speaking clients, but you're bringing them into English speaking markets. Do you do that simultaneously? No. Are you thinking, no?
Well, always with most of the clients that we have right now, they have investors who speak Spanish and investors who speak English. So we work with both of them, with both. And so with the presentation, sometimes we go with Spanish, sometimes in English, but every work that we do is in English. Maybe one of the presentations that we have inside, we speak Spanish. but most of the time it's English. Every of the works that we do, at least in the States, it's English. We don't work Spanish in the States, at least.
Gotcha. Awesome. And so you started to launch this. Tell me about the process. You did the branding, you started to launch the campaign. At what point did you start to sell tokens and how did you do it?
We started promoting every channel. Once the setup it's completely full, we start with videos, we start with tutorials, we start with posts, we start sharing how you can buy with tokens. So we define 4 topics of the brand. One of the topics is how the brand is going to impact the world. One of the topics is how you get tokens, how you be benefit from tokens, and how you be benefit from the marketplace. So if you are focusing our communication in how you get with tokens, then you can add this promotion. Get with tokens and you will get this one benefit ahead. If you get them right now, if you get them in the pre-sale, of course. And the catch here was get 10% additional with tokens with your purchase. Okay. So, and later you will be participating in a giveaway of 50,000. It was 50,000 with tokens. So that's a principal strategy. If you check out the social media, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of posts, over 60 a month. And that's how we did it. And in the branding side, you have to be trustful for the people. They need to know that you can rely on the brand, so they can make the choice. So there's those 2 efforts: make them feel like they can choose you, and the second one, how promote the brand in an organic way.
Gotcha. Nice. And so did it work right off the bat? Were there any issues when you started to launch it?
Sorry, I didn't catch that one.
Oh, did it work right away? Or did you have any issues when you started to launch it that you needed to test and fix?
It worked right away. The only thing that it didn't work, we tried to, when I said it worked right away, it's real slow. It started like 1 people, 2 people, and it started scaling really slowly. But the thing that it didn't work, we wanted to do some ads. We tried several ways. We tried digging some corners of the politics of Reddit ads and stuff, but we couldn't so far. So that's one of the challenges that we had. We couldn't complete it, but we're looking for in the next steps, looking if we can promote the brand when it's in the marketplace outside, when it's more like mature in the market.
Gotcha. Awesome. And so how long did it take you to get to 100,000 tokens?
3 months between contacts, between friends, between people that we don't know. We didn't know how much people actually was looking to buy it with tokens until the last days of the giveaway, the principal giveaway. And the sales just start coming, and it was so crazy. We were so happy, like this is working finally. We knew it was working, but not in the way that we wanted. So it was really great.
That's really cool. That must have been a great feeling.
Yeah. That was really great. We were celebrating all the guys. That was like 6 months ago. Like we're struggling with some new steps, but back in that day, it was really great.
Yeah, well, it's always testing and trying new things out and getting it out there. But I mean, it's fantastic to get that first success right off the bat. That's awesome. So, if someone wants to get success like this with you, how does someone get in touch with DiHunch? Who do you work with?
We work with any company currently that it's involving technology through their commercial process. So if they can add value to their clients through technology, we're on it. Like platforms, websites who can make commercial process. For example, lawyers who are doing digital contracts, or real estate company who are developing like digital contracts as well, avoiding the paperwork, avoiding like the typical ways to do their things, and definitely people who want to impact in this world with technology, not people who just want like sale. We all need sales, but I think it's really important today to stand up against the competition through technology, through branding, and things like that. That's the people that we want to work with. So we're not taking like anyone just because they're gonna give us money, We're selecting the projects that we're working with.
Awesome. And what's the best place to follow you?
DiHunch.com, DiHunch.com. Our social networks as well, DiHunch.com, or my email, direct email, Matias@DiHunch.com.
Fantastic. Well, Matias, thank you so much for being on the Garlic Marketing Show and sharing the success.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you all for taking Matias and I on your journey. This has been Iron Garlic and the Garlic Marketing Show.